Still professional though, I promise.
What is up, everybody? It's me, Duke Farley, back at it again here on Lost at Sea, and I am joined by Edmund, two-time winner, drafter
Three-time
of this
finalist.
three-time finalist. Ascend the chaos. Throw it in there. What is going on, Edmund? How are you? How are you enjoying the season?
I'm good. I'm a little tipsy, so I have to tell the girls that my mouth is probably gonna run free tonight. Solely based on characters in a game and not based on personal things. So please excuse my mouth before I run it. The season's actually really fucking good. Like, I'm really living for how fast everything is going, just like the character development, how fast it is. I feel like we've had to wait longer for character development before, but I feel like I have like a good read on like mostly everybody in the game, and we're 5 episodes in.
Yeah. Who are your favorites? Obviously, you have your draft, but who are you liking?
It's hard to like come in here and say it like I'm unbiased because my favorites are the people who I'm like friends with and know. But it's true. Like my favorites are like Rocky and Taylor and AJ even. He's like a silent assassin. It's just I don't know. They're just doing something for me that the other people aren't. I feel like they're like playing their own story while everybody plays the season story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think AJ being a silent assassin tonight was probably a good thing. Would you say so?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna snipe him later on, if it's gonna like turn on him so quick, or if he's like actually gonna get away with everything he's doing. That's why I'm interested to see like where he goes, because with the cast and like these groups that are forming and how these people react, I could very much see it flipping very quickly. So I don't know if he's gonna have like a strong hold or if he's gonna get away with everything.
It'll be interesting to see, but he
Mhm.
was asleep during the juiciness of this episode tonight, which I think is going to benefit him in this near future. But what are you making of the drama of the episode? We get left with a cliffhanger here. We don't get to see the Emily and Ozzy conversation happen just yet. But
You know what?
do we think fireworks are gonna happen?
Oh, they better. But like Ozzy has all been about positivity, blah blah blah. No, bitch, the Long Island is coming out. Like, bitch, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. This girl is talking shit about me, and I'm gonna let her know. And you know what? That is the Ozzy I want to see, because to me, that's the real Ozzy. You know what I mean? Um,
The authentic
yeah,
Ozzy.
right. Like the game pulls out the authenticity in you, and I think it's pulling it out of Ozzy right now to be like, fuck this bitch. She's talking about me, and I'm gonna let her know. And as he should, because honestly, I think Emily has been getting away with what she's been getting away with for too long.
Scott did mention it on our last recap that it seems like Emily has been doing the move where she says a name, then when questioned on the name, she doesn't remember where it came from. But we're thinking maybe it came from her. What do you think about it? Actually was mentioned in this episode, I think by Sarah, that she was doing this. Do you think that's going to bite her in the ass here?
Duh. And I think I was just waiting for the moment for it to happen. Like that's why I said she's been getting away with it for too long, because she's doing it so obviously that any like super smart strategist can like pick up on that right away. And I'm surprised it took this long to like pick up on it, you know? So I appreciate the fact that Emily does have like a strong social pull. I need to see if she actually has the wit about her to pivot and overtake the people catching on to her. But Sarah's a little shit starter herself also. I know Taylor painted herself as the shit starter this episode, but it's Sarah in my eyes. It's Sarah.
Why do you say it's Sarah? Because we do see
Um,
Taylor. we first of all, we do see Taylor say that she was intentionally trying to start some shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, the thing is, like, Taylor can just be like unbothered, and it doesn't seem like she's being very active with like what she's doing. Like, she can just like talk her shit, and like people just feel the same way she feels. With Sarah, it feels like a little more active, like, hey, like this person said this is this, XYZ.
Yeah.
And like I feel like we had like four different scenes of Sarah with another person while she's laying in her bunk bed with her purple water bottle, just trashing the other side. So it was funny because I hope it works. But yeah, it was interesting to watch. It was just like everyone lined up to go to Sarah's top bunk.
Yeah. How much do you think it was Sarah's doing this because she's one of the people that are safe, one of the few people this round that are safe?
Right, which is interesting. Like, not to like avoid your question, but you're not used to people being safe in Ascendance Live, really taking like initiative and like trying to force a narrative. But I think she's like trying to show that she's able to stand up for the people that she's working with that are vulnerable. So that way she like proves that loyalty while still being safe and not having to vote, right?
Yeah.
So I think she's doing good because I don't know. Like, do you think like I just need to pick your brain. Like, what side do you think is gonna win? Like, I think it's starting to form into like two sides. And in my eyes, I really want like the Taylor, Rocky, Ozzy, Madison, Sarah side to win. But what's your take?
I don't think they're going to win this battle here because just simply
Uh,
on the numbers, it seems like that there was a 5-person group. It was a little bit of a ragtag group, but it seems like
mhm,
for this makeshift vote here that they're probably going to stick together.
mhm,
And also, there was a little conversation between Josh and Emily about her advantage, which is going to grow in power tomorrow or in the
mhm,
next day, which is when the vote is.
mhm,
So
mhm.
I feel like one of Ozzy or Madison might be leaving, which I'm not happy about, but
Which I'm sorry, isn't it so tragic?
a little
Isn't it so
tragic.
tragic? It's tragic. Like I don't want to lose either of them, especially because Madison was the same thing. She was just running her mouth while she laid in her top bunk. And like Ozzy was running his mouth, but at least he was like forward and like we got like the cliffhanger of like him like calling Emily out. While I'm sure the other two probably said like, "Oh, I never said anything. Like I would never do that."
Well, we did
Um,
see Madison kind of call out Rory a little bit.
true. But like, come on, like he deserves to be called out.
A little bit, yeah.
Because and like that's why I love Madison and that's why I chose her for my draft team. But come on, like be for real. Like be for real. Like I know you just ran up there and told her all that bullshit and now she's coming down saying, Ozzy, can I please talk to you? Come on. I can connect the dots on that one, girl. So yeah, yeah, Rory is just an interesting character to me right now because of his breakdown last episode, because of his messiness this episode. I don't know how he thinks that's going to help him moving forward, but
Super interesting pivot for Rory in this episode from last episode where
uh-huh,
he
for
was
sure.
like almost voted out and was pretty emotional, and now he's safe and he's just filtering information up to the house. It's craziness.
And like I see like the grace in him trying to like be super social and like trying to like play both sides. I don't think that like that's his narrative, unfortunately.
It seems like when he's pressed and like people like are called like Madison kind of even like slightly calls him out, he doesn't really have a great response. Like his
Oh,
back
not at
his,
all.
his
Not at
defense is not
all.
great.
Right. Like he thinks he's doing good, and then when he gets called out on what he's doing, he can't really rebuttal to save himself. That's why I'm worried about Rory and worried about Rory. Worried about Rory, but I'm sure we're gonna get a few more tears from Rory before Rory leaves. Sorry, I don't mean to say before Rory leaves like it's definite, but I think that's
In the future.
obvious. Yeah.
Um What was your reaction to Rocky running, basically dominating the first leg of the competition, and then staring over Keaton with the puzzle pieces and saying, "All right, Keaton, just use your teeth," and then getting very mad?
Because, okay, where is the clause in the rules that says you can't bite the knots free,
There's no
right?
clause. There's
And
no
like,
clause.
there's no clause. There's no clause. You can't tell me that, right? So props to Rocky. And props to Rocky for staying like so calm because if I were Rocky and I just killed that first leg and now every single team is passing us, I would be livid, livid. I would be pissed. And I'm sure Rocky was because he killed the first part and then slowly just see everyone pass you and just like, what are you supposed to expect? I will say though, I think Keaton recovered from it well. I mean they're going to elimination separately, right? So I think Keaton will definitely be in trouble because Keaton was like the reason why they lost.
Yeah.
But I think Keaton didn't really freak out, especially with like all the other drama happening. I think Keaton was just like trying to like remain calm and cool and be like, I'm fine. Like I fucked up, but I'm cool. But I feel like season two, Keaton would freak out and like go run to everybody and talk to everybody like CJ. um, but yeah.
But he did immediately right after the competition. It seemed like Rocky just kind of wanted like a little bit of a breather by himself. And then Keaton kind of goes up to him and is like, "I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry." I would have, if I were Keaton in that position, I probably would have just let Rocky, calm down, get the antsiness out of there, and then maybe to have a conversation with him. But it seems like all the drama that's happening now, it doesn't really matter.
Right. Um, I don't know. I think Rocky and it's just because like I know Rocky, like I've played with Rocky. I want Rocky to do so good. Like I want Rocky to do so good because Rocky deserves it. And I really hope that this like alliance of five of like the people that like oh my God, this is gonna sound so bad, but like the people that think they know what they're doing, but they really don't. If like he's a victim to them, I'm gonna be kind of sad.
Well, let's talk about this potential vote here. It seems
Mm-hmm.
as if so the two teams that are going to separate eliminations, red team and green team, are the ones that lost, I believe. Um, and then the captain, who is AJ, is going to be joining both votes. I don't know which one goes first, but I believe
I
it's Bill.
think
I think it's
I
Billy's
think
team, right?
is it? I think it's Taylor's team because they said in the thing they were like, if Taylor survives the first vote, she can
Okay.
vote at the second vote.
Okay. So if it
Mm-hmm.
is Taylor's team, Taylor has Keaton, Marcelo, Ozzy, and Rocky on her team. AJ would be attending that vote as well as Billy. So it seems like the side of Taylor, if it is a side, which we don't know for sure, but the people that seem to be working together, Ozzy, Taylor, Rocky, Marcelo, AJ potentially working together, just kind of vote out Keaton here.
For sure. 1000%.
It seems like that probably.
1000%.
Yeah.
I just think this specific pick, Taylor is close with all those people. And if Taylor really has pull, I think it will be on Keaton. So unless there's like some crazy power play that we don't see coming, um, I think Keaton's toast here.
Yeah, I agree. What before we go to the next group, what do you think of Keaton's first couple episodes in general? I know that you
So
drove him to the site, you gave him some pep talk.
don't expose my tea. Not like I exposed it during the draft, but I think Keaton has shown that he has grown.
Hmm.
I see a increase in the way that Keaton is thinking and the way that he is playing the game of Ascendance, especially since he didn't have luck before. Because when he was like having his little like fight before that vote, I thought Keaton was saying all the right things, but I think Keaton needed to like end it as soon as he said the right things. I think Keaton was right in the situation, so you should know when to stop. I don't know if Keaton knew when to stop. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I think you
So
hit the nail
yeah,
on the head there, Edmund. I think that he just kind of pushes it a little bit too far sometimes.
yeah, for sure. He doesn't know when to stop.
And yeah. Even in this episode today, at one point, I think CJ was looking for some sort of power, and Keaton comes in the room and says, "It's in the tree, you idiot." And I was like, "Come on, man. I know it's late, but just say maybe
But
it's
he
in
was
the
already
tree."
like dead. He was like dead at that point. Like when he came out to like the table outside on the porch outside, and he was just like kind of standing there like just vibing. I mean, that was good because it wasn't like Keaton being like chaotic Keaton.
Yeah,
Like I feel like that would be like a more of a side of Keaton that people can relate to.
right.
So I need more of that energy. But like I said, I think he would do good if he wasn't in the team pick that he has right now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for Keaton in this situation, but
Hmm.
we'll see. Maybe a fight breaks
We'll
out
see.
and
Hmm.
something else happens. But let's talk about the next vote. So Taylor, everything being good, is will be attending this vote alongside Billy, CJ, Madison, Emily, Ali, and then I think AJ would join this one as well.
Oof.
So it looks like a lot of the people that were in that five are in this. So it could be
Madison's in
Madison.
trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is sad because she's my draft pick. Um, I oh my gosh, I really need to know like what CJ is smoking. Like I need some of it. Like I need some of it because
The intensity.
CJ's like CJ's got all of the right things, but again, CJ doesn't know when to pump the brakes. But I love it. Like it's so entertaining to watch. It's so interesting to see like how it develops, especially CJ and Ellie together. They're like this like secret duo, I guess. But the way that like their two minds think, it's very interesting to see. Um, I think they think they're thinking strategically, but it's very emotional in my eyes.
Right.
Which is why I think they like vibe together, is because they feel the same way based off their emotions. But it's funny to see that they think they're like being very smart and strategic in what they're thinking. Not that they're not smart, but um, I think their rationale is very emotional.
Yeah. The only thing that I could think of that potentially could help Madison if she is indeed close with Rocky, which we kind of do see a little connection with Rocky kind of letting them in on what was going on
Mhm.
upstairs. Rocky did receive a join the vote. So if he wanted to, he potentially could join the vote that was happening there to help Madison, but I don't know if it's too early for that. And I have a feeling that Rocky would probably lean towards caution and not using that this early
For
on.
sure. I agree. I don't think Rocky would use it this early. Unless he really felt that strongly about Madison, which I think she is a vocal force on that side, but I feel like getting rid of Keaton and then getting rid of Madison, in my eyes, that's the best TV for me, even though Madison's my draft pick, but that's the best TV for me because it keeps the two sides going at each other because there's one from each kind of perceived side.
Right. Um,
So yeah.
I believe Keaton's on your draft, isn't he?
Not me losing both my draft
This
members.
might this might be a tough double for you next week.
You know what? It will be, but the double is where champions are made because what I will say is I'm very glad that with this, it's nothing like my season one double where it was just like the captain's challenge of me winning the Tetris thing, right? No one really saw the behind the scenes of me like basically talking shit about everybody and getting everybody to do what I want to do. But you're seeing it in this season. You're seeing the people talking shit about Emily and then the people talking shit about the other side. And you're seeing all the things happening, which is what I'm excited to watch.
Yeah.
because I care more about the drama and the strategy behind the drama
Right.
because you don't really see that much.
And I do want to just touch on, now that I'm thinking about it, this is the first time I feel like this season that we see the captains have had a plan together going into picking the teams. It seems like the three of them were on the page of, okay, we need to break up the trio of Sarah, Madison, and Ozzy. It seems as if it was kind of spearheaded by AJ and Taylor here. So I don't know. I think AJ might be not as ingratiated with those three as maybe we were thinking earlier on while talking about this. But then again, he is asleep at this point, so we don't know.
I think the thing is it's hindsight and like AJ and Taylor's eyes. I think they should be teaming with those people because of
Mhm.
this other connection that's happening on the other side of the house. So if they go through with this, I feel like it's gonna hurt them, which is kind of sad again, because I like Taylor's like my sister and I love her, but I think she really needs to target these other people that are acting more emotionally than strategically.
I agree. Well, Edmund, a great episode tonight. I think Nicole mentioned that this was her favorite episode of all of Live. Do you take offense to that?
Oh, I don't because Matthew Papa told me the exact same thing, and I agree. I think reality TV wise, story wise, you really see a lot of development character wise with everyone left in the cast and where they really are at and how they are positioned and what their intentions are. And that's what excites me as like a strategic thinker because I'm like, oh, like let's run the scenarios. Who's gonna be loyal here? Who's gonna be loyal there? Who's gonna be loyal? Blah blah blah. It maps it out well for all of us viewers to really pick our favorites and see who we want to root for. And I
Yeah.
think that's the goal of reality TV.
And I was talking to Scott last week. He said that we really don't have a break in the game. We don't have sides yet, but I think this is alluding to we're going to get some sides soon.
And I'm ready for a double to see who comes out on top.
Hell yeah. Well, Edmund, as always, it's awesome getting to talk to you. We'll have to do it one more time before during jury.
Yes, for sure during jury, because I will have a lot more thoughts as if I
Yes.
didn't already spew them all out. But
Alrighty.